Hello, everyone. My name is Edward S. Redcar, and I'm the host of Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat. And today I have the pleasure of having not one, but two people on my show. The first one is my guest co-host, and his name is Andrew Vandelay. He's a film director, a filmmaker, a film festival judge, and an actor from the Netherlands. And I was just telling Christine before we start recording that this is the second time that he has guest co-hosted my show. And the woman of the hour, Brittany Christine, my guest today, Andrew and myself, our guest. Let's see. Um, I had to write this down. I couldn't remember it all. Let's see. Brittany Christine. She is an actress, a voiceover actor. She does comedy. She's a filmmaker. She is a winner of indie film festivals for her films. She is a runway and print model. Wait a minute, I'm not done yet. She works in TV, radio, and on the web. So, with all that, I hope I didn't forget anything or leave anything out. If I did, just fill in the blanks, Brittany. So,
You
I'll
did
say
great.
welcome. Yeah, I'll say welcome to the show first, Andrew. How are you today, Andrew?
I'm fine, thank you. It's a little bit late, but I'm doing fine.
Okay,
Yes,
okay. Just take a sip of coffee or something, just to keep
I
yourself a
have
little
a lot of
like I do.
coffee.
Yeah, like I do a lot of times. And our guest today, Brittany Chris. Brittany, how are you today?
I'm good. If you hear some helicopters flying over and that, it's because I'm based in Hollywood and there's still a lot of stuff going on with the fires and that I'm sure you guys have been seeing on the news.
Oh yes,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
But so we've had a lot of rain the last couple days, which is great. You
That's
know, it
good.
helped a lot. But yeah, I mean, it's still just it's pretty hectic in my. I'm
Yeah,
not getting much sleep in my
yeah.
neighborhood. Like I have the
No, I
earplugs are there, and then
yeah.
other ones, and lots of blankets, and
Right,
yeah.
right. Lots of earmuffs to kind of muffle the sound of helicopters going over and things like that. But yeah, no, I know we've all been seeing like all these updated posts, like almost as we speak, different people filming the tragic events that's taking place, and then now that like you said, the rains are coming and kind of helping the situation a little bit, so. It's like it's good. Instagram giving us like people posting on Instagram, giving us like immediate, up to date reports on what's going on. So, are you all
Yeah, I was
settled now,
lucky.
or
Very fortunate enough. I was next to the Sunset Fires. That's actually just a couple streets up from me. So we had to evacuate pretty much immediately. There was smoke coming over. I could see it from all the windows in my place. And
okay,
I thought
okay,
it was just dark rain clouds at first because there was so much of it. I didn't realize what was going on. I hadn't been, it was a friend from London, who's an assistant for, a big filmmaker over there that she knew because her house had to be evacuated. And
oh my
um,
gosh,
I had just woken up and I had not even known I got the call and she said, well, put me on FaceTime and go out. And I showed her and she goes, Britt, that's smoke. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. And so then it was just like this whole, luckily my boyfriend was working in San Pedro. So,
okay,
on
okay,
a film shoot. So he was already put up in a hotel room there from the
oh,
production, over in Long Beach. So I was able to go there for 3 nights.
oh, well,
So
geez,
coffee and yeah, so it was. I mean, we had an extra space for friends should they need it, but yeah, it ended up being okay. So
yeah, yeah.
whew,
No,
very very lucky.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that it all worked out for you. You know that, like you said, your boyfriend already had a place, so yeah, it worked out.
The
You couldn't
best
have
way
planned,
possible.
right? You couldn't have,
Yeah,
yeah, you couldn't have planned
everyone
it.
else. Yeah, everyone else was all my other friends and that were in other areas that were evacuating too for or already had or that were burned down. So it was just
Mhm.
like everywhere that I would have gone, they were already gone too. So I really
Okay,
didn't know what I was
okay,
going to do. I was debating if I was going to have to fly back to Seattle where I'm from to
uh-huh,
see
uh-huh,
my family there. But Yeah, so it's going to be a while here in LA of a lot of this and a lot of construction and a lot of, you know, fundraising, GoFundMe's, and
Yes, yes, yeah. Well,
I personally am not going to be working on any film of my own films for a while, like putting money towards that. I just want to help with the fires as much as I can.
yes. Oh yeah, no, that's a good thing. That's really good. That's the most important thing right now. The immediate issue, putting everything aside and concentrating what's important. I mean, right now, right? That's like the epitome of what should be on everybody's mind. So yeah. Well, yeah, you mentioned that right now you're putting off like your own projects and your own work for now. So
Still
uh,
doing other people's. I mean, yeah, the more that I can book, the more I can help too, my
oh yeah,
community
oh
with that.
definitely, yeah,
So,
definitely.
um, I had taken kind of during COVID and a couple years after I did about 17 short films of my own, and none of them were very big budgets. It was like probably $1,000 each, and then,
Okay.
and put through the film festivals and that. But I'm just they were 48-hour film projects too, to give you an idea. So they were done in a weekend, and it
Oh
was
yeah, yeah. I've heard of those before. Yeah, those can get quite intensive, right? Everything having to be done in that short 48 hour with all the things
Uh,
you have to think about. It's like it's challenging enough when you have like extra time, but when you're crunched to 48 hours, yeah,
and
that's
48 hours is really, really, really stressful and intensive weekend. Personally, I did more than 50, 48 hours.
oh
So I
wow, so
know,
we have that in common. Yeah.
yeah, I did all the 48 hours in the Netherlands, in Belgium, in France. So I know what it is.
Did you ever go
So,
to Filmapalooza then? Because that was my goal. I was always trying to like get to the finals to go. That they have like
mhm,
cash prizes that are really big, and like you get distribution, you get funding for things to be made into a feature if they like the concept and all that. And we never made it that far, but we would win like best actress, or I did for one, and best acting, best use of character, best things like that. But like I think I'll probably end up doing another one at some point. But yeah,
yeah,
it's it
two
is
years,
stressful.
2 years ago, I was second. But
Hey, but that's great.
yes, it's great, but it's so close for. It's better to be third than second.
I
You're like
gotta,
I'm almost.
I've got to agree with that. I've got to, yeah, Andrew, you've got to,
Yeah,
yeah, I've got to agree with that. I've got to agree with that.
That's the story of my life with most of my acting career. It's like you almost had it, or yeah, we chose you. We wanted you for the lead. We wrote you that part, but due to funding, we're
But,
gonna have to go
but,
another way.
but, but, but with all that funding and all those parts that you've auditioned for, like in your career, um, what I usually like to know of each of my guests is that how they got interested in what they're doing today. What was the spark that clicked in the brain? Say, hi, hey, I want to be an actor, or, model or whatever. So I'll pose that same question to you, Brittany. How and I mean, you do so many different things, and so let me just run off the list here. How did you become interested in acting, voiceover acting, filmmaking, and modeling? How when did the light bulb go off and say, "Hey, I want to do that for the rest of my life," or each one of those all together?
Well, I was a baby model, so I was modeling before I could walk. So I had camera experience and exposure to camera experience at a very young age. My mother was a model, my aunt was a model, my grandma was queen mother of the daffodil parades back home in Sumner, Washington. So they were in like the beauty queen modeling world, but then my mom was in more of the like print as well. And, she had some small titles, Miss Vegas, Miss Washington, Miss Kent, Miss like little cities in that. So
Mhm.
I kind of, I guess it was just easy because I had already been in that sort of field. And then I kept getting, I guess it would be compliments from people saying, you have a lot of personality. Have you ever thought about acting? Like you could be pretty good at that. Because with modeling, it's a lot of like, look moody, look angry, or look sexy or whatever. And I was always just very like, I ended up booking more commercial type stuff because I was very animated and very comical and cheesy, big smile, big eyes,
That
just
helps. A big
oh.
smile, that goes a long way, that goes a long way.
So I think it probably started with that, with the baby modeling, and then moving into my teenage years. My first audition was I was around 17. I had already done theater like in high school. I had done part of our curriculum and then like we did some school plays. And I was pretty shy. Like as far as once I was on stage, I would get stage fright. I'd like
Oh, okay.
it out and my face would turn bright red and I would get I'd like get a rash on my neck. It was
Oh
weird.
my
Like
God. Oh my
like
God.
really funny reactions that I never got with a camera. Like when
Uh-huh.
and I could be on these huge sets, 100 people and all completely naked, and it wouldn't even matter.
Oh,
But
wow.
stage acting, doing a performance with
Uh-huh.
like 30 other people, I would be so frightened and I couldn't figure out to this day. I mean, it's so funny. But so I realized that like live theater wasn't for me. But then I liked the acting part. I just didn't like to do it in front of a big
Oh, okay.
I could
Okay.
do it on camera. So then I went to my first audition and I got a call back for that. And it was an open cattle call. They had put an ad in the paper, and so that meant it was pretty cool that I got the call back because there was like hundreds of people that went for it. I ditched class, I skipped school that day and went
Oh,
with the
shame on you.
yeah.
Shame. But good
I was
for
I
you
was
because look at where
naughty.
you are today.
Yeah, so that was what kind of I was like, oh, it's this easy, you can get a call back, you can almost get the part, and it's not
Right,
that
right.
anyone that's worked, as you guys know, in the industry, it's
Yeah, yeah,
it's very different the roles that you get offered in your teens as a female as
yeah,
well versus your
yeah,
20s and 30s too. So
yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
lot more opportunities, I would say. But yeah, so then from there, I was booking like presenting type roles where I was doing teleprompter work, a lot of being myself, like on camera and introducing products, navigation systems for Microsoft. I was voiceover for Microsoft support for many years, about 6 years. They had me on their website showing,
Oh,
uh,
wow.
like walking people through how to use different
Cool,
things. My
cool.
character name is Molly Dempsey. So, yeah, and then I think my bread and butter there for a while was just kind of my own voice, like what it is now, but I would be presenting a product or a
Yeah,
place or a
yeah.
thing.
Right.
And
What? Yeah, yeah. Because I was going to say, I mean, naturally, I mean, I know you in person, besides on this two-dimensional world here, but you have, to me, in my opinion, you have a generally friendly voice, and I can see why that they hired you to help people go through their frustration, like Microsoft, like you were saying, you were kind of like the voice of Microsoft, so. Yeah, that definitely helped you having that kind of tone and personality in your voice. So,
And I think I would love to do more of that too. I think what I've been doing thus far is I don't chase any of it. I just go in the direction of whatever's paying the most rather than focusing on.
yeah, that is
That's
yeah,
how I ended up doing so many different categories of things. Is it's like, oh, I got this ongoing gig. Like
yeah,
currently, a lingerie model currently for Savage X Fenty because they hired me back in 2018 and it's weekly work. So I'm like, well,
yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna focus on modeling for a
yeah,
little bit then
yeah.
because I'm booking every week without trying. Whereas acting, I
Right.
have to be trying so much and doing auditions and castings and things. So I'll take a break from one thing and then I'll just kind of shimmy over here for a little
Okay.
bit. I'll
Okay.
come back and do the other stuff once I
Okay.
can, when time allows or the
Okay.
schedule allows.
Yeah. Well, like they say, variety is the spice of life, right? You're just
Yeah.
switching back, keeping everything fresh and
And I really like all of it. That's my problem. I've had other friends that have said, if you just focus on one thing, you could be further along and you could, and if you just, and I'm like, yeah, but I also got bills to pay.
right, right. You
I don't
gotta
want to work a million day
Important.
jobs. If
right,
one other
right,
industry job is going to give me,
right.
flexibility and
Yeah,
stability
yeah.
while I pursue the other ones, I'm going to just
right.
like enjoy because I know it, I
Might
don't
as
know how long
well.
I'll have it for. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
when other times these other opportunities will be coming.
yeah.
So I try to be responsible about it and but I hate like people will say, "Oh, well, you're not really acting anymore." I'm like, "No, no, no. I'm an actress still. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm still acting. I'm just focusing on the modeling right now because
Right,
that's seems to be taking off a little bit." So,
right, right. I think you would agree too, Andrew, right? It's like the monetary side of this business. A lot of times it has a lot to do with our decisions, deciding to do one project or another.
Um, I must say, when I look at my experience years ago, it was indeed the same thing, like Brittany tells, doing this, doing that. But I have the luck, I have a strange face, let's put it like this. So, yeah, the projects comes to me the last years.
That's a good thing. You don't have to go out to them. They come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just like with my show here, it's like when I first started out 2 years ago. It's like this was a new venture for me, and I says, well, is this going to work? Isn't it going to work? So it's like more and more people started to watch my show, going on YouTube, clicking on the link and everything. And so, I mean, a lot of times people come to me and say, hey, can I be on your show? And just like this, or acting, or voice over acting with Brittany, word of mouth, word gets around. They know your work, they know you're good at it, and yeah, people
Yeah,
people start coming to you. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I think
true,
it's
Dylan.
great that you have this show too, because this is so in alignment with who you are, how I know you from the film festival circuit. You are genuinely really interested
Thank
in
you.
people's background and their stories and how they got involved in the industry and what they do in the industry.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so this is when you told me you were doing this and asked me if I would want to do it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, yeah, of course.
Well,
Because
thank you. Well, yeah. Well, thank you both. Thank you for being on my show, and thank you, Andrew, for being twice my guest co-host. So it's an honor knowing both of you and being friends with you and working with you and all that. And yeah, thank you. Now you're making me blush, Brittany. Now you're making me blush. But you
well,
can't see it because I got too many lights on here, so that hides all the red cheeks. But
I thought
no.
so. I was doubting, is it the facelift or the lights?
Well, only my hairdresser knows. Only my hairdresser knows. But I wanted to go back to you, Brittany. You were saying about when you got in modeling, you have to sort of assume like a character before, like print modeling or runway modeling, or
you just
whatever.
don't get to talk. You don't get to talk
No,
much.
that's true. That's true. But
Get to really show a lot of different range of emotion
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or just what the client specifically wants for that particular launch or how they want to sell it. So, I
Right,
mean,
right.
lots of ways that you can sell something, but what the other models look like that are in the shoot with you too and how you interact with them and so it's a lot of I feel like the difference for me with like modeling on camera modeling work and on camera acting work is with acting the directors want what you bring or your feedback or your like your opinion on things or they most of the ones I've worked with at least will kind of let you play more with it
Yeah,
whereas with fashion I feel like it's very specific like they'll say this is what like you can move around you can have fun with it but for the most part it's like the stuff that I've gotten at least it's very I mean lingerie they don't want someone that's going to be uh, yeah if it's more sexy or more
they don't want someone walking on a lingerie shoot like they just come in from a like a rainstorm, right? All sad and listen that and that. It'll never sell the product, right? It'll never.
Yeah, you don't have as much I mean I have more fun on creative shoots that I don't get paid for, like ones that are I do that a lot. Like I'll collaborate with people. I haven't recently, but I need to again, and I'm happy to again if anyone's watching this. But yeah, I have a buddy, James Chen of Studio 889. He's the only photographer that has been shooting me my entire career since like
Wow, that's terrific. Yeah, that
yeah, I was
yeah.
like, you got to make a coffee table book of me or something because like he was my first actor headshot, my first model headshot,
Oh
my first
wow.
everything. And if he's ever in town in LA, I don't care. It's not paid
Cool.
or whatever. I'm shooting with him because he is
Cool.
just everything that we make. It's either like it gets published somehow or it's the photos are
Yeah.
bought by, so it's like it gets seen, it gets, and he's so classy with like the
Uh-huh.
images and so I have a lot of fun with those because I get to wear wigs, I get to have like body paints on and
Oh,
like
wow, that's interesting.
crazy character work, like it's similar to acting where you get to be a character and they put prosthetics on you.
Yeah, yes,
Like
yeah.
that sort of modeling stuff. Oh, that is my favorite thing to do because it's
That's
like you pull.
that's your wheelhouse right there, as they say, right? That's the like they say, that's the cat's meow, right? For you. I mean, that's what you love like most about it, or
Yeah,
yeah.
like that. But I don't, but that's, for the industry, you don't really get, that's not what they want normally. They want you in a
Mm.
white, backdrop. It's all about the garments. It's not about the makeup or the hair or
Right,
you even necessarily. It's
right.
about how you're angled, what you're wearing. Sometimes your face isn't even in it. Most of the time,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
stuff that how is it going to show the pieces the best?
Yeah, so
And
so it's more or less like your personality disappears and like the fashion comes to the forefront. Uh, I know that reminds me, like a lot of times you'll see like runway models. Doesn't matter, what they model, business wear, evening wear, or whatever. But it always amazed me that when they come out on the runway, it's like um, their faces are like totally neutral, like no expression. And it's like, well, so what they're really trying to do is they're trying to sell the fashion without bringing too much attention on themselves. Do I have that right? With no
yeah,
expression?
it's distracting. Yeah, if
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
it's kind of like and you and to be talking, you can't be for photos, because that's not attractive either. You need to just kind of, tight-lipped and so yeah, so I do think acting I'm better for because I like to, play and I like
Yeah, yeah.
to show different characters or different emotions.
So, so
But
let
I'm
me
not going to
ask.
complain that I'm still working at this age as a model, but
So let me ask you this. Do you think Andrew and I would make good runway models or not so much?
he's shaking his head.
Andrew,
No,
Andrew, you're supposed to say yes, 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 because it's more work. You don't turn work away, Andrew. You don't turn work away.
it could
I
fund
did.
your film projects.
There
Like,
you go. I
No, no, no. I did it a long time ago. Never again.
Okay. Well, that's for another entirely different show. We won't go down that road with this show, okay?
No, no.
Maybe the next one, but we won't go down that road this time. So, but well, it's like before we entirely go off the track and the road with our conversation here, um, um, that segues into a great point. I never thought of this until now. My second question to you, Brittany, it says, I notice that you wear various fashions in your photo shoots that you post on Instagram, I mean, you have a lot of those posts. So you're wearing like long flowing dresses with fashionable hats, evening attire, business attire, Western wear. I especially like the most recent post where you're in the hat there and the long dress and the boots out like on the desert. That was a really nice photo. And then you have a lot of other different kind of photos with different other fashions. So that got me to wondering now, do you choose your wardrobe for each individual shoot, or do others guide and advise you? And what is your favorite of all of those fashions that you wear?
Yeah, so I was being very strategic with that. I have a gal here that I met like halfway through last year that I do my portfolio shoot updates with. I have actually never done a portfolio this big before for my updates. I didn't really need to because I was booking so often and I was looking the same. You don't have to take new photos unless you change your hair, which I've been doing a lot of lately.
Mhm, mhm.
Or if you lose weight, gain weight, anything that makes you look different, that's when you have to update your portfolio. So my portfolio hadn't been updated in like 10 years because I just was booking off of old photos, and then
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
would take what's called Polaroids. So in the modeling world, that's like, even though it's not a Polaroid camera, you just take what you look like on the day at that time of the casting, like a left profile shot, right profile shot, full
Mhm.
body, mid shot, three-quarter shot, and a back shot. So you can do it on a blank wall. You can do it with or without a backdrop. And so I've been booking off a Polaroid. So it was just time. I really needed to do like a full update because I think my last one was 2012, so that was like
Oh,
well
okay.
10 years, but I wasn't going to spend the money if I didn't have to.
Yeah, right. If you had
So
the, yeah.
yeah, but I mean, this last year alone, I've been blonde, orange hair, dark red hair, copper, and
Uh-huh.
then still on this red. But so I had changed my hair like 5 times in
Yeah,
12.
yeah.
So um so yeah, so I chose the wardrobe for it. I knew my agents told me they had to have a bikini one, a one piece one, an athletic one, but I chose based off of what we needed for the new portfolio. Uh,
Okay.
Show what those are the majority of the clients that come to them would be, outerwear. It's like, okay, now going into fall, that's where I did like an outerwear one where it's a puffer jacket or a like peacoat look
Uh-huh.
and
Mhm.
layered like a turtleneck with a
Mhm.
cardigan to kind of show because all the other stuff was more like spring and summer type attire. So the country one that you were talking about, though, too, that was because I was playing with the idea of moving to one of those states, like a southern state.
Um,
And so that I was told everyone needs to like that does that like needs to have something that looks how they dress regionally or what their high editorial shoots would look like there, or and you mimic kind of what that market is, I guess you
mhm,
would call it.
mhm.
So that would be like Arizona, Nevada, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, like that
Okay.
sort of states. It was
Okay.
a good idea to have a couple like country western type looks if you're going to be trying. I realize I don't have to move there, I can just get agents there. So I commute if I book stuff.
Right.
So I'm
The
glad I
beauty
have
of
them.
the beauty of the digital age, right? You don't have to be anywhere except where you are and branch out from there, right?
Right, yeah. And so I'm very fortunate. My mother and my aunt were flight attendants, so I get free flights,
Oh, okay.
which helps a lot with castings and auditions. And I mean, this day and age, I haven't had to use them for callbacks even. I just use them for like tomorrow I go to the Chandler International Film Festival because a movie I did last year is playing there, and I'm
Oh, okay.
most out of all the cast to Arizona. So
Okay.
everyone
Say
else
hello
needs
to everybody for me when you get there. I'm not going to be able to make it this year. Say hello to everybody.
Have
Christy.
you gone previous years?
Last year was my one and only time there because we had a few of Darwin's film screen there, Delicious, and then we also had No Tell that was starred Hasse Bronson. He's also from Stockholm, so I was involved. I was involved in each one of those. So yeah, but that was my one and first and
Oh,
only.
how
So
fun.
so far, so far.
Yeah, the our filmmaker, he and his wife were gonna come, so he bought like two all exclusive passes and then he booked an acting gig. So he was like, you take it, you bring a friend, and
Okay,
my
yeah,
daughter will go to the gala and you can meet and blah blah. So and it's that's what I was gonna say is I've been using all my flight benefits to go to film festivals.
right. Why not? Why not?
It's been
Like they,
so
like
fun
they,
for me.
like they say, friends and family, right? Friends and family. So yeah, you might as well use it. Yeah.
Yeah, I am really trying. It started last year where I want to be like a show up girl. I want to show up because all of the previous years in my acting stuff, when I would get into festivals, I didn't go. If the filmmaker didn't pay for, me to go, like I had 3 films in Cannes, didn't go. So I'm so excited to go this year.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't have the money at the time at being an international student to do that. It's like I could have found a way though. I could have like
Well,
it's
yeah, right. They say where there's a will, there's a way, right?
yeah, and
Sometimes,
I don't want
yeah,
to be held up. I don't want to keep doing that where it's so yeah, you find friends to crash with on their couch.
right, right. You
Free
find
money.
you find an Airbnb or a hostel on a side street somewhere, so however you
Whatever works.
however you can do it. Yeah, 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 yeah. So like Andrew in the Netherlands, do they like Christine was saying, you go to film festivals to represent films. Uh, are there like a lot of film festivals in the Netherlands?
The Netherlands, there are a few film festivals, but that's more for the big business commercial stuff.
Oh, okay.
But where I'm from Belgium, by example, Belgium has more festivals for independent movies.
Okay, okay. Because
By example, you have the big one in Brussels. When you win the one in Brussels, you got a nomination for the Globes.
okay. Yeah,
So
so like in the Netherlands, that's more for the
the
category.
famous people,
Yeah,
let's put it like this.
exactly. And
If
then
you don't have the name like Brad Pitt or Danny DeVito or something, you won't go in. You must
okay.
be a very big name.
Okay.
So yeah,
See, but
So
here in America, I feel like the indie film festivals, there's so many of
there
them.
are there
We have
there's
our bigger ones that everyone, but not everyone can get into because they get thousands and thousands and thousands of
Yeah,
submissions.
well, that's just like
exactly.
the bigger ones, like down in St. Pete, Clearwater, the Sunscreen Film Festival. I think this is like their 20th year anniversary, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger every year. That's one of the big festivals. Yeah, in the U.S., the Sunscreen's been around for a long
Oh,
time.
I'll have to check that one out. I was meaning more like South by Southwest or Sundance or like we have our like known big, the Seattle International Film Festival where I'm from. That one for a while there was like the largest in North America.
Okay,
It
okay.
went it had so many opportunities to show so many blocks and a lot of the LA celebrities would fly to it if they had a screening
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That
Didn't you go? I might be mistaken. Trying to remember like Instagram posts. Didn't you go to Sundance one year, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went a few years. I always have like a friend that has a movie in it,
Okay. Okay.
or they were a composer on the film, or they were a filmmaker, or they were an actor in it, or they're so I didn't go representing any films that I was in a part of as cast or film crew or anything,
Yeah.
but I would
Yeah. Yeah.
like I was the arm candy. I was the date of a friend, and just a friend, but I would
Okay.
be the
Okay.
date. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got to do all the parties and
There you
my
go.
name was on all the lists for many years. I still, even this year, I'll get emails from some of the event coordinators and some of uh,
Okay.
I guess it would be the festival, the state film incentives from all over come every year
Okay.
and set up, and then,
Okay.
I'm still on the invites to that. So I could just pop over, when and just go to all the parties, but
You
uh,
could.
but
You
I haven't
could.
really. I,
Just saying, you could. Just
yeah, even
saying.
if I don't have any films in the festival or know anyone this year with any films in
Just
the
just
festival.
say I'm coming here to check things out. I may have one being submitted next year. Just saying. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. I had a girlfriend she was so fun. She was working as a Sundance volunteer and she just it was hilarious. One year she without me knowing like as a joke would tell all the people at the doors that when she knew I was going to a party or whatever,
Uh-huh.
to make a big fuss when I got there.
Uh-huh.
So it was these strangers, and I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what was going on. You're Brittany Christine. Can I get your autograph? Can I get? I mean, I'm just like, what is happening? What is going on? But it
Oh,
was
that's great. That's
I
great.
I get a photo really quick with you, Brittany Christine. Oh my God, Brittany Christine, I've been waiting for you to come all night. And they were like the best actors because they were, I mean, it was her other friends that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's great for people. Or you know what, another thing you could do, maybe not so much of a secret, but what you could do is like when you go into a crowd, just start waving. They don't know that you're not waving to anybody, right? So it's like, hi, how you been? How you been doing? It's good to see you. Hi. We'll talk after the thing here, okay? We'll see you later. You could do
yeah,
that too, so you know.
power of persuasion,
Persuasion,
just
right?
manifesting a crowd to start
Yes,
getting
manifest.
steady images
Exactly.
come over to you.
Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Manifest. You manifest your destiny, right? You manifest your destiny. Yeah.
Well, so the point of that story was I felt like I had treatment, even though I haven't really experienced the
Now
full
you've got
star
the
treatment at Sundance.
now
Yes.
you yeah, now you've got the experience under your belt. So now it's like
Oh, I'm good to go. Yeah,
you're a
I'm
pro,
ready.
right? You're a
Bring it on.
pro, yeah,
All in.
you're a pro at it now. So yeah. So yeah, yeah. Well,
Dress rehearsal.
talking about manifesting your own destiny, I'll go back to when you were saying that you create a character like when you're modeling. Uh, did you find that like creating a character in your mind, even though you know you didn't have any dialogue or anything, do you find that that helped you like in your acting career and kind of developing your mind and your different acting techniques for getting in the character for roles that you did speak?
Yeah, I think a lot of the roles that I've played, weren't very hard for me to get into character for. Like I have studied the Meisner technique when I lived in Australia. I went to a studio there and I did like a few weeks of it, like once a week. I think we did it was like a course, an ongoing course. I was part of the Actors Union abroad over there. So it was like they, similar to SAG here in the US, you get like if you sign up in time, if they send you an email saying, "Hey, there's this class or this casting workshop or this whatever," if you it's first in best dress. It's basically you got to reply right away and then first come first serve and then and they fill up really quick, so you have to have your notification set on your phone and your but that so that was how the most of my training what in my 20s was it overseas in Australia, and it was through the Actors Union there, whatever
Okay,
and I basically did everything that came through anytime that they had a lot of celebrity coaches come over from the US actually too, people that are big over here that would come, on tour, basically going through the whole country and doing specific studios along the way, and they'd have these
okay,
deals worked out with the union. So I did probably the majority of my like studying and classes in my 20s. In my 30s, I kind of slowed down with it a bit because it wasn't I'm SAG eligible here. I'm not union here. I could have joined
okay.
a while ago, but I was really hoping I would book something that would pay for the union
Right,
visa help,
right,
where I would that would just and so
right.
much of my not needing to have a day job is doing
Mhm,
indie projects. I
mhm.
just basically jump from one to the other, and I knew that would have to stop once I joined SAG. So I the next project that I do in March, I will be joining.
Oh,
So
congratulations. Yeah,
thank you. Yeah.
you finally made it. Congratulations.
So I'm just like, hopefully this is the right move to, onward and
Well,
upward
yeah,
thing.
it's like
But
you figure if not now, when, right? You might as well take the leap, right?
exactly.
So,
And then I can do the classes and then I can do that. I mean, I've been fortunate enough that a lot of my actor friends here in LA were bringing me as their plus ones to
oh,
all of those classes anyway. So I was like, why am I going to join if I'm already doing all the
all the
things?
stuff that the ones that are already the members, right? So, but
Yeah, you pay the thousands of dollars. I'll just go as your friend. This
oh,
is
yeah,
great.
right. It's a
Going.
like they say, it's a win-win situation, right?
Yeah,
Well,
for me. Yeah.
that's right. You could say to them, just saying, it's a win for win situation. Just saying. So, and
Yeah, but a lot of my friends have moved away the last few years. So from
oh, okay.
LA. So it's yeah, it's getting it, the work has slowed down a bit here. They're saying less than 1 in 5 productions are still done in Hollywood. So there's lots
Wow.
of plans for studios to be built here, but that's in the next like 10 to 20 years. That's
Oh,
not,
wow.
I mean,
That's
they've already started the building, but it's not going to be done anytime
oh,
soon.
okay.
You know?
Okay.
They're
Must
huge.
say, sorry that I interrupt. What you're saying is true. I've noticed that a lot of big movies are made in Europe the last years.
Oh, they've
By
been heading over there. Yeah.
Yeah, by example, I know it's a secret. Next week, I'm shooting a big movie with Pierce Brosnan and other big stars. They are
Ooh.
coming to Europe. I've noticed that.
I'm ready to move, baby. I got a visa. I got my passport. All I need is a visa. I need a project to sponsor me and come up because I've looked into this. That after
Okay.
the 35, without putting my age
Um,
on the internet, it's harder to get an entertainer visa. You have to just get like sponsorship or something for productions or for from an agency and that.
Europe is very, very easy for that. Very easy. Trust me.
There you go, There, the door's open, Brittany. There you
I'm
go.
going.
Just
Especially
step
when you
through.
travel
Just
to
step
Belgium, it's very easy.
Okay, we're gonna talk more. I'm gonna add you on the socials and
There
we're
you
gonna,
go.
Mhm.
There
my
you
friend.
go.
I am
No,
ready to move. Let me tell you what. I've been saying ever since the first I did a feature documentary in Europe 2 years ago. It's not out yet, but I think it's going to be on
Mhm.
Amazon Prime when it does come out. And we did France, Andorra, and Spain. And I
Mhm.
was like, I could live here. I could live here. I could never come back. I've already lived abroad before, all my 20s. I was abroad in Australia and I did New Zealand and some British films and things, but like I am I'm okay with leaving again for all my 40s or something. I don't even want 2 years. I want 10. I want a decade away
There you go.
abroad in international films. I want to do foreign films. I want to do the crazy artsy stuff. What did you guys think of The Substance? Did you watch the movie The Substance?
The substance. I don't
I
think.
can't get over it. Demi Moore.
Oh,
Oh
yes.
no, yes, no,
Oh,
no,
yes.
and over here is we have to wait 1 month. It's not in
Oh, it's
Europe
always
at the
delayed.
moment.
Yes, yeah.
So
She,
sometimes it's delayed, sometimes we are behind, sometimes we are
yeah,
early, sometimes it's
she She Demi Moore, she played a character. It seems like she just like stretched her talent to the max. If
Mhm.
there can be a
Oh,
maximum to her talent to change your personality like that and have those emotional reactions. No,
Yeah,
I love
it
it.
was
like the one I forgot the name, the one with Pamela Anderson, the last one.
The Last Showgirl. I watched it at the DGA 2 weeks ago here in
So
Hollywood.
it will be here in the Netherlands and Belgium next month.
You guys,
Wow.
so we
Mhm.
can't spoil
If it's not
anything.
No, we can't
if
be no
it's not a
spoil.
big
No, it's
movie
like
like
Mum's Or. No, Mum's Or. No, no.
if it's not a big movie like James Bond or Marvel or Disney, we have to wait for a
Oh,
long, long
wow.
time.
Oh,
You
wow.
just can't look online even because they're gonna be spoiler alerts and stuff.
Right. Shh.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, if you know, shh, don't tell anybody you know. Shh. You can tell us here, but don't tell us here because this hasn't gone to YouTube yet. So don't
I
don't tell us. Don't tell us.
I remember in 2018 when I went to New York, I forgot the name of the movie, but when I came back to the Netherlands from New York at the plane, I saw a movie, and in the Netherlands we had to wait 2 months for the movie in the theaters. So I saw the movie already in the airplane, but in my country we have to wait 2 months. Why?
Wow.
Something
Wow.
about release dates. Yeah, I mean, staggering it and
I think so.
the
I
box
think
office.
so. I think so.
But the other side, when they're making movies here, American productions, but in Europe, we see it much, I think, 2 months before America.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't realize that. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Except the big names, of course, big movies, we see the same day, the same thing, and like
Yeah.
Marvel,
Yeah.
it's that, but it's everywhere normally.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know.
But the
Talking like we were talking about Demi Moore, what a character she had, and what she must have gone through to prepare for her role. And probably Brittany, probably you're going to ask me, how do I know what Andrew is going to say next? But I think Andrew has a question for you along those lines of preparing for a role. So take it away, Andrew.
here he comes.
Okay.
Brittany, it's Larry King talking to you. Um, Method acting. What do you think of method acting? Do you prepare yourself for a role, or do you research, or is it your big dream to go all in, like Demi Moore, Christian Bale, and much more famous actors that put everything in their role? Would you do that, or is it a dream? Or
Oh, that would be a dream come true. I would love to do that. That would be anyone watching that wants to do that with me. You hire me and let's do this. Because
Hire her, hire her.
I mean, I haven't had an opportunity yet with the roles that I'm given. They're so the closest thing to that I would have to say was I played a cannibal once. I was a serial killer
ooh,
that would get her victims off of dating apps. I can send you the link to at the end of this interview. But that was like you can't really get into, what am I going to do? I'm going to go method. I'm going to go kill a bunch of dudes off of the dating apps. So it's like you just got to be what did I do for it? I didn't go on any dating apps or anything. I wasn't on them at the time, but I talked with friends that were and things that they noticed how people would talk on there. So I kind of I guess did research in that way, was just like asking a lot of questions to people that had like what was your worst experience? Like what was
mhm.
and guy friends too, like what did you like what tell me your worst dates or what you hated about them. Okay, now tell me your best ones. And I kind of tried to use that in the character, a little bit of both, because I wanted to play with not the audience not knowing, is she a good guy or is she a bad guy? Is she, because it's kind of a psychological thriller type part that it was. And I realized doing that role, I was like, this, because I have kind of a dark sense of humor too, like in general. It doesn't come out now. It seems like I'm bubbly and stuff, but as
I'm
far as like,
remembering the Halloween posts in Instagram this year, right? Something along those lines, the Halloween post.
yeah. So I I would love to play more with my dark side with because they're just I don't get to do that every day in real
More
life.
like
And it's opposite of my
more.
personality. Yeah, like I love dark comedy. I love dark villain characters. I think they're so much more rewarding than being the hero. Like I don't want to be the hero. I don't want to be Miss Goody Two Shoes, blah blah blah, whatever role model. I want to be like, I want to disturb. I want to like get feelings out of people when they're like watching, like, oh my gosh, like shaken up. I want people to cry. I want people, no, I'm joking. But it's,
You just
You
want
want
it all, don't you, Brittany? You just want it all, right? You want to pull every emotional string out of your audience that you can't. Good for you. For
that's
you.
she
what like
wants to
really
be, I
gets
think,
me when I watch films like that. That's what I
Yeah.
like to, I'm like, I can't do it all day, every day, because I'll become a psychopath. But I know, I just like, I like to do that every now and then, like to break up the rom-coms, to break up all of the Hallmark and holiday Christmas movies in December. Like
no,
I need to
Brittany.
watch a little murder for a
Right.
few true
So,
crime.
Brittany, I have a proposal to you. Let's switch a day because what you were telling that you want to be a serial killer, dark side. Well, that's my typical role. I'm
Really?
always the bad guy. I'm always the serial killer, the raper, the freaked out psych. psychologist Hannibal Lecter types. So let's switch for one day.
We got to do a movie together where like you're the good guy and I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, like this.
There
Mix it
you
up.
go. There you go.
But I can imagine that you want to have that dark side because, in my opinion, it's something that you can't do in normal life, and that triggers.
Yeah,
So
it's just
that's
you know better than anyone if those are the majority of your parts. It's like
Mhm.
and you know, sometimes it sucks to get typecast. I feel like I'm typecast a lot. Like I'm the girl next door, I'm the bubbly mom, or I'm the, you know, I'm just thinking of all the commercials I've done and stuff where I see why I'm getting those parts. I totally get it and
Mhm.
it makes sense and I love doing them, but I don't get to do really like nitty gritty, like
Uh,
you want to like play more with that sort of
right.
stuff.
The
It's
the
So
deeper, more involved parts, right? The deeper, more emotion. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of actors and actresses, you know, if they start to feel like they're only doing one thing, they want to branch out. I think that's a very common thing for us, you know, where it's like, well, I want to flex my muscles a little bit, my acting
Mhm.
a little bit. I want to like you know, it's just the daily like the working actor, they're mostly it's a lot of commercials, you know, it's a lot of
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
voiceover stuff and radio and it's a lot of
Right.
advertisement.
Right. Well,
So
and in that next movie where Brittany, you play the good guy, and Andrew, you play the bad guy. I
no,
can be the private investigator that you hire to search out Andrew's whereabouts so that I can nail him in the act before so I can be the judge, the private eye that keeps an eye on him to protect you. So. I'll keep an eye on I'll keep an eye on that guy for you.
yeah, I think as far as like getting into character goes, I love just tr experimenting. I like to do I mean a lot of the roles that I've done I didn't get to do a lot of that, so I'm more than happy to hire a private coach. I've done that a couple times for accents and things, but you know, or go to specific like group classes
Uh-huh.
that you sometimes hear in LA you have to audition in order to get into them, or you have to have a certain amount of IMDb credits to get into them, which is I don't even think that's really fair half the time because my IMDb is 1% of my resume. Like it is nothing like compared to all the acting work I've done over
Yeah,
the years.
yeah,
It's just they don't have IMDb credits because they're low budget indie or they're commercials or they're you know things that they only just started adding music videos to IMDb and stuff like that. Like it's like we
yeah.
couldn't put so a lot of my
Even film
resume is
festivals
lost.
too. Yeah, even film festivals. If you screen at a film festival, I've seen that happen more and more nowadays. That you can be listed on IMDb for your presence at film festivals too.
Oh, like if you're nominated for
Yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. And if they're IMDb credited, you know, not all
Oh yeah.
festivals
Oh,
are.
naturally. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm missing about 30 nominations and awards on my IMDb because
Yeah,
it
I know I know it seems like it's like the more you work you do, it's like the more and more behind you get, say like on your acting resume, because it's like you're busy all the time, like working or searching for work, and it's like, well, yeah, okay, I'll update that when I finish this project or that project, but then you finish that one and you're on to the next one, and before you know it, you're behind. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's the way my experiences have been. It's like I gotta buckle down and just one day just go through and up on the resume, IMDb, and
Mhm.
yeah, and all that.
All about keeping updated, keeping organized.
Right,
People don't
right.
talk about that when they talk with actors. A lot of like my friends that are successful at it are the best record keepers I've ever met. I mean, they
Yeah,
are it's more about organization. It's not about the best equipment or the best. It's
No,
like, and
no, not
they're
at
so
all.
stubborn. They just go every day, like with like clockwork. One of my girlfriends will get up at 4 a.m. and she'll just do voiceover submissions for the first 3 hours of the day. And then and then she'll take a breakfast break and then she'll work out and then she'll do, the next 3 hours of just self-submitting to different projects and that. And then she'll take another break and the coffee break and then she'll do, but it is being so self-motivated and driven. And
Yes.
and if you're doing that all the time for, forever, it's sometimes there will be gaps like where I will get jaded or I will get bored. I'm like, no, this is what I have 6 agents for. Why am I still doing this? But it's like, no, you have to work in
You
between them.
do.
You
You
also have
do.
to never stop and you need
Yeah.
to.
Because you might stumble on something that even they might miss, even like an opportunity. So yeah, it's you have to keep on the ball and keep on top of things yourself. And yeah, like I've heard a lot of times, just don't rely on your agents to get you the work. You got to be involved in the game too, So yeah, so that fills in the gaps. Yeah.
So from now on, I'm just going to try to do as many festivals as I can that we get into. I narrowed it down from like not what we get into, but from what we're nominated or won at,
Yeah.
because then,
Yeah.
and then where I'm going to go up and talk at the Q&A after the screening or I'll get on stage and, because otherwise it's just like, you got to worry about the expense of travel and doing all that. And if you're not, I know it sounds horrible to say, but if I'm not getting an award for it or not get, and I'm not getting paid for it and I'm paying money to be here, then I'm gonna go.
I didn't hear that. Did you, Andrew? I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything. La 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 la. I didn't hear anything. So
Otherwise, I'd go to all of them, but it's expensive to be an indie
That's
actor
good.
and an indie
that's good.
filmmaker.
We'd see all of us there, right? At every film festival, like all the time. But well, how about like we've been talking about like your acting work and your modeling work. So now like um how about your voiceover work? Because I've seen that you've posted a lot on your Instagram post about voiceover work. So maybe in the near or distant future, are we going to see more social media posts about your voiceover work?
Well, yeah, so the last like 5 48s that I had done were animation. So a lot of like the characters I was like I had a writing partner that I don't work with anymore, but basically I would play like 17 characters and she would play like a couple. And the whole point of those animation projects were to show my range, similar to what we were talking about as actors, where it's like, okay, I do all the commercially stuff. Now I want to do some like, nitty gritty. It's like with the voiceover, I do all the commercial stuff. Now I want to do like weird voices. I want to play other genders. I want to play monsters. I want to play.
Oh, okay.
And so how else do you book that work, without showing you can do that work? So that was my thought process in making my own projects for using the 48-hour film festival as a
Mhm.
avenue of doing that, because this also, I shouldn't be saying, but I'm just going to say it because I know a lot of aspiring filmmakers will do this, but like you can get SAG actors and very high caliber people in that to do these 48s. It's all volunteer. It's
Yes.
so you don't have to pay them
Right. Right.
that's the one clause. Like it's very, so I've got to work with some really cool people that I
Uh-huh.
probably wouldn't have normally because I couldn't afford their rate.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well,
or
yeah.
it's almost like doing it as a favor, or as a friend, or as a,
Right.
so,
Plus the
um,
fact that they would be breaking their agreement with SAG to do that. So yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so it's a great stepping stool that I recommend to any actors or performers or wannabe voiceover people. I had already been doing voiceover like a decade, but I wasn't doing all that I could do with it. So I was like, okay, how can I do that? And what better way than my own stories? So a lot of the projects that I did were from my own life, and
Yes.
and they all had a
Okay.
comedy spin to it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were all comedies. So because that's where you can do more playful voices. I found.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Right. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I did one of them, a whole character was British. I was a British yeah, anyway, I'll send you guys the link afterwards, but
Okay. Okay.
it was just very silly. And I was like, that's how I can get away with this accent because it's so silly if I was actually, playing the Queen of England or something, my British friends would be like, "You are not that is not good enough,"
Oh
But
God, you
because
You're
it
don't
was
mind.
comedy, I could get away with
you're
it.
totally ruining our language, right? If they heard you talk like that.
I
But
can imagine. Oh, darling, you don't mind. Ooh.
Well,
uh,
yeah, I mean, the other thing too is there's less pressure if it's your own project.
right? Yeah,
It's not about making everyone look good and and doing whatever. It's like if I mess this up, that's on me. Or if it's not, good enough, I'm not going to submit it to other film festivals. It's just going to die here at the 48 on the big
right.
screen in the local theater where
Yeah. Well, that's a good test ground right there. The 48, that's a good
exactly the
test.
audience applause, the laughter, the if did people get the jokes, did they hit, like the only other thing I could compare that to is being like a stand-up comedian, but we already know I'm not good on stage, so that's so I'm like, no, I can do this with like in movies, and I'll be in the very back row and
Yeah,
I'll watch,
right. And yeah,
and
and the
I'll see what
sound,
people
yeah, and the
think by
sound,
writing
right? In the sound booth,
characters.
imagining all those characters and the emotions and everything. And yeah, that reminds me that one of those Instagram posts, or not more than one, but there was like several Instagram posts where you were doing like voiceover, like in your own studio in your place. You were doing like these little like snippets of voiceover, like uh, more or less
Oh,
like
behind the
like
scenes.
like you were introducing someone, like
Yes, I was a presenter for
yes, yes, exactly, a
for,
presenter,
for
yes.
the number one. It's an international pole dancing competition.
Oh,
That
okay,
goes
that's what it is.
worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was announcing pole dancers.
Oh, okay. And it's like, I kept hearing, and now contestant two, and now here's
Yep.
contestant three, or whatever, however you did it. But yeah, no, that.
They go to the Netherlands, Andrew. I'll have to let you know the next time that the pole dancing competition is
See,
over.
Andrew, aren't you glad that you came on the show today? Now you got a wealth of information.
I've got a lot of information today. Tomorrow, I'm going to pole dancing.
Yeah, that's a good example of that was an ongoing, weekly work type thing where you book a gig like that for a year or two, you're doing good as a voiceover art, because most voiceover gigs are just like one and done, or unless you become the voice of something like how I had with Microsoft where they'll keep calling you back in. I had done some voiceover for Amazon too, where they had put me on the payroll for a year, and I had done like 5 commercials for them and alt versions of them and things.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, that's stuff like that I will never say no to. I don't care what like I'm like, I get to be an announcer, I get to
Right?
do my normal voice, so I'm not straining it the way a video game would or
Yeah,
something,
right.
where you're
Yeah.
cracking or you're going shouting or doing, you're just like saying names of people and businesses. And
Mhm, mhm.
that was a sweet gig for a while
Yeah.
there. I think it was
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
half
yeah,
2 years. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what those snippets were, that was my presenter voice.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, like we were saying, it's like it's a good gig to have because it's constant work, which everybody aspires to constant work. It's like quit the day job, constant work, something like that. So
And
yeah.
I've been fortunate with that for modeling and for voiceover. I just want to do that with acting now. That's the main thing, because that's what's
Oh, okay.
keeping me alive. That's what's been paying my bills and everything this whole time between those, because that stuff I'm booking weekly. I would love to just be
Right.
booking acting weekly. Every actress, that's the dream,
Yeah.
right? You
Well,
book a hit show and that just goes
that's
for
yeah, that's it, right?
years
That's
and
right.
years, whatever, but it's to
Yeah.
just get some stable acting or
Yeah.
some regular.
Well, now like you were talking, you got, SAG, so you're getting close. You're getting close. So
Never
It's
give up.
like you're one step away, you know. So yeah. What was that, Andrew? You're
I'm saying never give up. Never give up.
oh no, no, no,
For
no.
example, a big inspiration. You know, Tanya
Oh yes, yes.
got now a big part in the agency. Never give up.
That's right. That's right.
Never
That's
give
right.
up.
Yeah. I know a friend of mine recently. I had never known this about him, but he's a writer, and so he said he went out to Los Angeles. I don't know when, years ago or something, and so I guess he had like five screenplays, and he submitted like two of them. He had like literary agents, and so it just kept dragging on and on and on, and so it never went anywhere. And so he says to me, he says, "Well," he says, "I just gave up." And that, when he said that, it's like, when you're in school and like blackboards in school, somebody will take their nails and go down the blackboard like that on that.
Mhm.
That was just the same feeling I got. That I was like that. And well, this was all by text. And I told him, I says, "Don't you ever," I says, "don't you ever give up." I says, uh, when you least expect it, something's going to happen. You keep trying, you keep submitting,
Mhm.
submitting. So I think that kind of changed his mind a little bit. So he says, yeah, he says, he'll go in that direction. But um,
It's a friend said to me, I reckon acting is like the lottery. You can't win if you don't play, but
yes,
you'll want to buy a ticket once in a blue moon.
exactly.
I
Every
was
day
like,
a ticket.
yeah, because it's just like, it's not for the faint of heart, and
It
it's not,
isn't. It
you
isn't.
really, there's a lot more that goes into it than just getting to go and
That's
play.
right. That's right.
Mhm.
Just,
So I'm
just,
sure.
just like an iceberg, just the tip of it you can see, but there's a whole lot of it under the water. So it's like all that part that's under the water is all the work that we do for that little tip that you can see above the water. So yeah, 90% people never see, yeah, what we do to get to see what we do, if that makes
And
sense.
the business side of it too,
Yes.
there's very,
Yeah.
getting the lighting, getting the cameras, getting the on the flights to go to the speaking thing or
Right.
the wardrobe changes, trying to for girls makeup and hair ready and doing things that it's a lot of work.
It
Yeah,
is.
but
It is. It is. And then people only see the performance side of it, and so I think that those of us that are in this business, like the three of us, it's my opinion is we make it look easy, even though it isn't easy, even though it's hard, like you were saying, Brittany, that it's hard like that, and uh, especially like say new projects that are coming on the horizon, not only the ones that we're working on now, but we have to constantly be thinking, okay, now what's, beyond the horizon and this and that. And
Mhm.
that kind of reminds me of one of your Instagram video posts that uh, was at the Love and Hope International Film Festival in Barcelona this past September, and it was a question and answer period. And so one of the questions had to do with, what's on your horizon in the future. And so you mentioned that you were involved with several projects this year in 2025. So at this point, without divulging too much, if you can divulge any, are you at liberty to mention anything about those films that you referred to?
yeah, I can say a little bit of something. So like there's one that's coming up in March in Pennsylvania, and that one is called Stories. And I play the role, the character is Queen Bee, and I'm a gangster. I'm a
Ooh,
mobster, which is fun for me because I don't normally get that type of stuff.
ooh,
And
that's yeah.
it's a
That
ghost
sounds like a very
story.
interesting part. Yeah.
Yeah, so and it's mostly primarily a male cast, so it's fun to be like the one girl that's, in the boys club type thing. And
Okay.
I have my own henchmen and everything. So
Ooh, ooh,
yeah, top
wow,
dog over here. And yeah,
wow.
so that's the first one, and it's a ghost story, and it's gonna be shot as a short for 30,000 is the budget, and they're trying to get up to 50 by the time we shoot in March. But basically he's gonna bring it with to Cannes, so to try to pitch it as a feature.
Oh, great, great.
Kind of
Yeah.
like a proof of concept type thing, but then it's the same filmmakers that are doing another one, which is like a horror, I guess it would be kind of horror comedy, but lots of special effects, makeup, lots of I'm gonna be a victim. I was like, yeah,
Oh, I don't want to see you die too early in the movie.
I know, but
Oh
I was like,
no.
I want to get gory though. I want
Oh,
to
okay.
like, I don't have anything like super bloody and crazy, and I was like, yeah,
Oh.
weird stuff on like because I just haven't done that yet. So I was like, yeah, kill me really creatively, and so that
I've never heard it put quite that way. Please kill me creatively, please.
yeah.
I've never heard that. I don't know. Have you, Andrew? Have you ever heard anybody put it that way or?
Um, yes and no. When you say it like this, I'm thinking of the series Hannibal, not the movie, but the series.
Oh,
Seriously.
okay,
On
okay.
Hannibal. The murders were also very beautiful, artful with flowers and yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, went all out where it's well, so yeah, I haven't done anything like that as an actress. I've done it as a model. I've done some like gory type things, but I haven't done that. So I thought that I'm really looking forward to. And then the other one I'm playing, I guess it would be so it's called Free Range. My friend Avery wrote it and she would be starring in it as the lead with me. We would both be leads, but I feel like that's so far out into this year, like I shouldn't really be talking about. So I'll just say there's this,
Okay.
it's,
I won't listen.
yeah, it's about dating though.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'll
It's
listen.
about,
Now I'll listen.
and it's like, you know, a cougar type story, but then also like, yeah, I haven't really
Okay.
chatted with her about
You
what to say or what not to say.
okay.
So I'll leave
Okay.
it at that. But yeah, so there's like a few, and then, I have a couple friends here that have already told me they're going to use me for their next music videos and one of them,
Oh,
Bill
yes. Yeah.
Luna Code.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, and he's used me for other ones too
Okay. That's great. Yeah.
already. And we went to Tribeca a couple years ago for one of them that got in there. So,
Okay.
so yeah, so I have some stuff that on the books on the works that are coming, but I've learned not to say too much too soon, or
Right.
if,
Yeah.
because
Because,
things are always
yeah.
changing and, dates can be moved around or
Oh,
budgets or,
yeah. Yeah.
so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's,
but those I know are
yeah.
happening.
It's
So,
in those situations, it's best to speak in generalities, right?
yeah.
Just general, not too specific, just enough to tease all the people's appetite out there and say, well, it's coming, it's coming. When's it coming? I don't know. You'll just have to keep watching my posts, from when I post. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's smart.
yeah. So I mean, we've talked about so much here. Your modeling and your acting, your voiceover, and all different things in your career. And you're probably going to ask me, Ed, how do you know what Andrew is going to say next? I mean, I don't know. I just have like ESP and like this kind of extra, brain power there. But I think, let's see. Uh, you
Yes,
do
I'm
so many
feeling it.
different
I'm
things.
feeling it.
You're picking
Yes.
up the energy.
Uh,
The energy. We
okay,
are the
okay, okay.
yeah.
Andrew, I'm transferring my energy brainwaves to you. I know what you're going to ask, so go ahead and ask it now. Poof,
Okay,
poof.
the question comes up. Dramatic song. Sorry. Um, you do a lot of things, model, movies, acting. uh, web. How do you combine this, all those things with the personal life? Do you have time for a personal life?
I have had to create time. That's a new thing for me just this last year where I was like, I cannot be a workaholic. I'm not happy when and part of like I really feel when you're booking roles in that, you have to be at your best energy wise and brain fog and all that. Like it's harder to memorize lines. It's harder to if you're not being active outdoors or have a social life where you're interacting with people regularly. I know after COVID, I felt like I was out of practice because I was doing model fittings from home from my dining room and they were sending me, the lingerie here and like we would do Zoom meetings and things and I was just like you have to like get back into the real world and stuff. So I think
Mhm.
nowadays I think what's crucial and what's really important for me to be successful in everything that I do, I have to have a social life. I have to make time for it. I have to have a love life. I have to have like I went years and years and years without anything, like just completely nothing but work.
Mhm.
And at
Mhm.
the end of the day, this career and this being in entertainment and that it's you have to have other things that will fulfill you because if you are looking to find that fulfillment from a role or a project or I mean it's just not gonna and then if you get it it goes away like it's unless
Right?
you're constantly
Yeah.
staying you know in the media and booking into but even you burn out. I mean it's just not
You do.
it I don't think it's smart. I don't think it's wise
Yeah.
for people to I did it as long as I possibly could and then I realized, you know what, I'm in a rut. Like I'm in a creative rut. It's not
Hmm.
helping me
Hmm.
to be this, like driven or what do you want to call it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
yeah, I mean I was getting in my own way. So I now I make a lot of time for it. Now I'm back into, just trying to have be a regular girl outside of all of this other
Right?
crazy world that we're in.
Right?
Um,
Right? Right?
and yeah, I enjoy it. I'd say I'm probably at like 50-50 now, but
That's
before I was probably, 95%
that
focused on
I mean
career.
that's a good balance right there, 50-50. It's equal like that, half this, half that, no, like you were saying before about how consuming this type of life is, and you were talking about say like any accolades that any of us like receive, and yeah, they're nice, but it's like if you have friends, family, significant other, whatever in your life, at least if you win an award or you're or even nominated for something, at least you've got somebody to share it with, right? It's not
Mhm.
like you were saying, Brittany, it's like, okay, you got the award or whatever you get, okay, and that's it. As soon as you walk out of the, award ceremony or banquet, it's like, who do I have to tell it to? It's like, hey, look what I did. I just won this, and there's nobody, right? It's like you said, you achieve that.
What am I doing this for? Yeah, it's yeah, at the end of the day, even the bigger bookings that I've had or the bigger cash payouts or whatever you want to call them, financial reward, that goes away too. It's like, why are you passionate about it? What are the things that excite you about it? What are the things that you really enjoy? And then, yeah, I mean, living in Hollywood, a lot of my friends are all within the industry or other industries, whether it be music or fashion or whatever. So I'm always just around creatives. So
Yeah,
a lot of our struggles with like, balance, work-life balance are similar. So we can, talk to each other about that sort of stuff and be support systems for one another. If
right,
someone has,
right.
a concert, I'll go to that. If someone has a play, I'll go to that. If someone's doing
Yeah.
stand-up, I'll go to that. And then, if I have a movie screening or a film festival, I mean, they'll come to mine. And so
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, I think it's important that, if you're doing it for a friend and you go to like 20 of their things, but they never go to one of yours, then you
Right.
might want to, reconsider. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
was going to
try
say
to
my,
invest where
yeah.
I can into this certain relationships and friends that I know not tit for tat, they have to do it for me or whatever, but it's just like I know it's a good investment. Like
Right, right,
where
right.
they really needed someone there in the audience to just
Yeah.
be like to get that clap in case no one else did.
Right.
Very
I've got
scary.
to I've got to call my one friend so at least one person will clap for me tonight. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, or just seeing a familiar face,
Right.
so that when they're freaking out or if
Yeah,
they
right.
mess up their lines or whatever, then it's just like a comfort blankie in the audience.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
No, it definitely helps. Like you were mentioning about a support system, whether it's family or friends or significant other or anything like that. Yeah, I guess that's what we all strive for, like, success in our business that we happen to be in or success in our personal lives and to make it a well-rounded life, 50-50. So with that, I think that is a very, very good note to end our our chat today. It was a great, great, great way to end the show. Thanks for thinking of the question, Andrew. That was a great thing, great way to wrap things up. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, Andrew, I want to thank you today for being my guest co-host again today, and for everyone. In case you weren't listening, which you should have been, I said at the beginning of the show that Andrew, he's a filmmaker, film director, film festival judge, actor from the Netherlands. This being his second time on my guest co-host on my show, and the person of the hour, the woman of the hour, Brittany Christine from Hollywood, um, an actress, voiceover actor, comedy filmmaker, winner of indie film festivals, runway print model, TV work, radio work on the red. I could go on and on and on and on, but I'd run out
Voiceover,
of, yeah, I'd run.
voiceover you.
Yes. So, yeah, Andrew, thank you very much for guest hosting on my show again today.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you again today. And Brittany, uh, along with Andrew, I know you both personally, so I was just saying to Brittany and Andrew before we started the show here that it seems strange that we were in this two-dimensional medium after actually knowing and seeing them. So Brittany, I want to thank you very much for graciously accepting my invitation to be on my show, and it's been a pleasure for both of us to spend a little time with you today.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
so
me. That
much.
was so much fun. Yes, I look forward to seeing you both at festivals, or maybe Andrew working with you in Europe one day.
You never know.
Yeah, I did say I'm working on a big movie this year, a very big movie. Just saying.
Yes,
Do you see
that's right.
Brad?
Yep, he's just saying, just.
Token American, token American. No.
And it will be in Italy. Everything will be filmed in Italy in castles. Just saying.
Okay, just saying,
Very
just
I
dark
do love
movie.
me a castle,
that's
Andrew.
right.
Mhm.
He's just dropping that little snippet there at the end of the show just to keep it fresh, just
Okay.
to keep it fresh in your mind. So yeah. So Andrew, Brittany, it's been a pleasure having you today and everyone. My name is Edward S. Redcar, the host of Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat. Today, my guest co-host has been Andrew Vandelay, and the guest of honor, Brittany Christine, actress from Hollywood, among all other things. So until we all meet again, have a good day, a week, a year. Enjoy your life, and we will see you soon. So long.